Hello and welcome back to the channel today, and welcome back to something completely spontaneous. It is Andy here, of course, and today you can see on the screen I have a Renault Sport RS01 GT3 car, and this is a completely different video. It might become a series, who knows, but I wanted to try something a bit spontaneous here. See, a friend of mine in the racing community, Mr. Alan K, TTG Alan K, is racing in a GT3 event this Saturday coming, and he hates Road America, a track that I consequently actually bloody love. I think the track is phenomenal. He is struggling in this car. He's been lapped around about 2 minutes 15, and the others in the league that he's racing in are lapping around about 2 minutes 11. So I thought, what the heck, I'm going to do a track guide. Now, quick disclaimer, I am not one of the quickest drivers in the world. I wish I was, but I'm not. Okay? I am not going to be setting the timing screens absolutely alight with phenomenally world record times. Okay? Another disclaimer is this car is running on default setup because that's the league that's being run, and I think that's a good way of getting a good balance on the car as well. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the lap first of all, in full, no commentary, and then I'm going to break it down for you. Enjoy. So there we go, there's the hot lap. Now, two quick bits. Number one, I prefer the roof camera, don't at me. Number two, it wasn't a perfect lap. I know that there was a few missed apexes, but the point is to show the general points of the track. So the first part you want to do coming up up the long straights. You want to get a good run up the hill. You need a good run out the last corner. We'll come back to that. And for turn 1, you're just going to slow it down here. Just past that junction there, just there in front, you can see where the road just changes colour. That's where you want to start getting on the brakes. Down from 6th gear, down to about 3rd gear. Get the nose of the car and you see I'm trail braking my way through, and then slowly picking up the throttle. And as soon as I've got to the apex, bang, straight on the throttle as full as I can, and getting out of the corner quickly as I can do. Don't go on that curb on the outside too much. It will drag you towards the grass. Down through the kinky turn 2, which is not even a turn, and again just before the Pirelli marker board preferably. I'm an advocate of slow in, fast out. Want to get it down the gears, down to 2nd gear, get it again turned into the apex. We're trail braking our way through, and again trying to pick up the throttle as quickly as possible, not wanting to lose any time. Any time where you're coasting is lost time. You either want to be on the brakes in somewhere, you want to be off on the accelerator in some way. You don't want to be messing around. Don't get on that curb again in the exit. It will drag you across the fields and you'll go doing a bit of gardening on the grass here at Road America, Lake Elkhart. I can't even pronounce that right. Down the hill. Now this is a tricky corner. You've got to look out. You've got to slow it down here. You can see just there where you get the grass ending. I try to brake just around about that point, maybe just before it again, to slow the car down in plenty of time. Down to 2nd gear, and then you can see here just before the apex, grabbing first. I'm still trail braking my way into the apex. Now I've got the apex, getting on the power, but it's still a tight corner. Again, don't want to run wide too much onto that curb. In my opinion, it does drag you wide, and away you go again up the hill this time. And I like to brake before the bridge there, just before you go under the bridge. You've got to be careful going over that rise. It can make the car quite light. This is a tricky corner to get right. Again, you just want to get it in. You're going to see I'm going to make a bit of a slide here on the exit as the rear wheel just catches the curb there on the exit. A little bit of correction, but I kept my foot in it, and away we go. Not going to bother slowing down here, but you can take this flat out if you've got the right turning angle, but usually you just want to take a breather. This is another important corner. See that 2 marker on the right hand side where the track then just greys out? Again, that's your braking point, that's your reference point. Coming down from 5th gear, down to 2nd gear, and again just dragging it slowly into the corner. You see I'm trying to pick the throttle up, but couldn't quite get on it as quickly as I wanted, but I've apexed nicely. Again, the curb does seem to have a tendency in this game to drag you wide, and I'm just going to leave it in slow motion now as we pick up the throttle, because we're coming up to the carousel. Now, this is not my best entry and exit into the carousel, but I'm going to give you the gist of what I try and do. So I want to try and keep it around about 100 miles an hour on the way through here. I try to keep as tightish a line. I let it just kind of run wide about here in the middle part of the corner. You can see I did drop under 100 unfortunately, which was quite annoying. So I dropped it to 3rd gear, cranked a wee bit more steering angle on it, but what you can see is I'm constantly about 50% to 75%, and then as soon as that car is lined up with that curb, bam, I'm on the throttle, full throttle, already up into 4th gear, and I am powering my way out of the carousel with as much speed as I can, because the next corner's the kink, pretty much flat out. Even though I do make a mistake, you need to carry that speed all the way down towards the next big braking point, which is Canada Corner. Just before the 1 marker there is where I ideally want to turn. Then I completely screwed it up, so I go across the grass, but kept my foot in it. But you should be able to do that flat out. Now, Canada Corner here, this is a tricky one. You can see the marker boards. I usually like to brake between the 3 and the 4, just there, as again the surface in the road changes. You're coming down to 2nd gear coming into this corner, and again I miss the apex here on this one. It's not perfect, could have been a bit more to the inside would it opened up the corner and allowed me a better exit, and I'm just going to leave it again in slow motion up through this bit. Another bit of a slide on the exit as well, but again, if you get the corner a bit more perfect than that, then you will be able to take more speed through there. And then coming up to this again, it's another little kink. See the end of the curbing here, just right about there. That's where you want to turn in. You want to be starting your turn in just as you get to the end of that curb. You do that, you should pretty much be able to go flat out through here. Open the steering up, just let it drift to the outside. Now this last corner is important. I try to come towards the middle of the track and then just kind of straighten the car out and brake in a straight line around about just around where that second cone is on the outside. You can see I'm onto the right hand side, I'm coming back to the left and then I'm turning to the right, but look how quick I can get on the throttle because I've got that absolutely spot on, and now I can carry that speed all the way through and all the way up the hill, nice and gently on the curb, perfectly through that last corner for me, and then up towards the line over the hill. Obviously pick your gearing as best you can in terms of into the upshift to maximise the torque up the hill. 2 minutes 10.2 in a default setup on the Renault. I was pretty chuffed with that lap actually. I have managed 2:09.2 in time trial, but I've done this in an online session with medium cloud, default setup and quite a bit of fuel because it's going to mimic race performance more than anything, and it shows you that the 2:10 is still definitely possible, and that will give you a pretty decent and respectable lap time as well in most races, I would say. Obviously if you're up against the absolute top runners in project cars too, then they'll probably be into the the single digits for 2 minutes and something about like 2:9, maybe even pushing 2:8 for the really good guys, I'd imagine. But that is a quick idea of what a lap round Road America is. I love the track. I think it's a phenomenal track. It's a very tricky track. You've got a few tight corners, you've got a lot of fast sections as well. It's a track I do really enjoy. And this car actually was quite neutral. It was quite well balanced. I quite enjoyed it as well. So pretty decent combo for us thus there today. If you did like this, please drop a little comment and like on it. Maybe I'll do some more in the future. I had a wee bit of spare time this evening, so I thought, oh, why the hell not? I thought I'd give it a go. But that's it for this track guide of Road America. If you haven't done so already, comment, like and subscribe for more content. There will be an F1 race review coming up in a week on Sunday with the German Grand Prix and the Hungarian Grand Prix. My Classic Cars and Motorsport series will be back, taking a little bit of a break off for that, just not finding the time for it and just not feeling the enjoyment for doing it right now. I need to enjoy doing these videos, hence why this one's kind of propped up. So that will be coming back in the future, so do look out for that if you do enjoy some nostalgia, and then we'll see what else the future brings as well. But that is it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Till next time, my name's Andy Campbell, and I'll see you again soon. Ta-da!